What's up, friends? Welcome back. I'm glad you're here. I hope wherever you are out there on this crazy planet that spins through space, that you're doing amazing, fantastic, brilliant. And the first thing I want to do is send you some positive vibrations, some good energy, and some best wishes. So get ready, because here they come. You know, this life, it's fleeting. We have this illusion because sometimes when the day is horrible, it seems like the day is going on and on and on and just dragging. You know, when there's problems at work with our boss, when there's problems with loved ones in our life, when there's financial problems, when all these stresses build up on us, when there's scholastic problems where we didn't study for that test like we should have. Whenever all these problems come into our consciousness and our reality, life seems extremely long. It's like, oh, this is never going to go away. But it's moving so quickly, it's just flying by us. And a lot of people only seem to appreciate finances. Most people think that the greatest wealth and abundance you can have is material money in your bank account. And this is important in this day and age because we like all these comforts on this planet. And money is basically energy. When you use it in the right arenas, it's amazing. You can help people, you can build things, you can feed people that don't have any food in their bellies, you can help homeless people, you can save animals on this planet, you can help environmental rights, you can do amazing things with money. But most people focus on money as the pinnacle of all their existence, the hierarchy of the most important wealth that it can be. And wealth is basically just a plentifulness of resources. You can have a wealth of minerals, you can have a wealth of flowers, you can have a wealth of money, you can have a wealth of almost anything in existence. But the most important wealth that you can have is a wealth of health. In these physical bodies, health is the most prosperous, abundant blessing that we can possess. And people in complete perfect health, strong bodies, strong minds, are depressed and downtrodden. Oh, poor me. They're miserable because they don't have the right numbers in their bank account when they already have the greatest wealth in existence. Perfect health. I talk to tons and tons of people that are athletic, perfect physiques, great shape. They can run miles, they can lift heavy weights, and they're miserable. And all they talk about is, I don't have the right job, I never got the right opportunities, I never got the right breaks. Dudes, dudettes, you have perfect health. On a universal scale, you are already extremely wealthy. If you got perfect health, consider yourself the richest person on the planet. And some of the richest people on the planet, when their health deteriorated, they would have given away every last dime for a few more years in these bodies, on this planet, in this world. They would have given away everything that they owned just to have what you, me at times, them, everybody existence sometimes take for granted, our health. There's been times in my life where I've been, and I still am, in perfect health. You don't want to jinx yourself. But I'm in great health, and it's a blessing. And there's been times in my life where I was like everybody that I was just talking about. All I was focused on was, my job sucks. I don't have enough money. Everything's horrible and miserable. I was taking my life for granted. I was taking my health for granted. And like I said before, people that have vast resources and their health starts to deteriorate and just go down and down and down and down and down and fade, they would give all that money away and live in a shack They would live in a cardboard box or walk around the world like some kind of monk with no money but with perfect health. You know, there's people that have been billionaires. Think of a billion, this huge number, all these zeros. Now you have somebody like Steve Jobs. His net worth was over $7 billion. That's a 7 with all those zeros just trailing behind it. That's a lot of money. And when his health was deteriorating, he would have took all those finances and just been some regular guy working as a stock clerk somewhere if he could have had perfect health. That $7 billion didn't matter anymore. And he tried every type of just crash diet and fasting and unhealthy, and he even turned to veganism towards the end of his life, but it was too late and it was done the wrong way. If you want to have a plant-based lifestyle, it can be beneficial because a lot of processed meats are carcinogenic. Certain processed meats have been listed as a type 2 carcinogen. It feeds the cancer cells in your physiology. If you have a healthy plant-based vegan lifestyle, you can actually fight off cancer. But like with Steve Jobs, he waited right till the end when he was completely deteriorated and then tried all these extreme measures. And all his wealth, billions and billions of dollars, what the majority of people aspire to own, what most people will think will give them the happiness, the joy, the contentment that they seek. None of that mattered. Every cent he had became irrelevant when his health began to deteriorate. Great health is a great blessing, is a great gift. And even if your health deteriorates, as long as you're here, you can still make contributions. Look at people like Stephen Hawking. He wrote brilliant books. He couldn't even move or walk. But while he was alive, even though his body was not in motion, his mind was healthy. Just with your mind, you can create the most amazing ideas, the most amazing concepts, and bring them forth to the world. You can find cures for diseases. You can think up the most entertaining things that no one's ever thought of before. So health of the mind, the body, is the most important thing that we can have in these temporary life forms. And they're temporary. That's a gift unto itself. The only way we're going to exit these bodies is to die. We have to die to exit. There's no way around it. And while we're in these forms, we need to appreciate them, enjoy them, and try to increase our longevity as far off into the future as we can. Health is just an amazing gift. And if you're healthy right now, if you can breathe in air, if you can get up, run around, or even if your body doesn't work, if you can hear this with your ears, if you can see this with your eyes, if you can communicate with other people, that's a gift. Enjoy every second of it. Don't take it for granted. Too many people get lost in this illusion, this matrix, this whole web of tangled finances and confusion that this planet is created out of greed and frustration and the need to dominate our fellow human beings. And that's all we focus on. We fall victim to it. But just remember, if you're healthy, you are wealthy beyond belief. There's been so many great, brilliant minds, so many incredible, fantastic people whose lives were cut short. When I think back growing up, I used to love to read comic books. I had a collection and I would go to the comic book store and I would just read them for hours and hours, and I loved them. I was fascinated by these characters. And I had some original copies at the time, some of the first episodes of Black Panther that came out, this comic book. And then they made it into a movie, a brilliant movie. And the star of the movie was fantastic. He did a brilliant job as casting a childhood character that I grew up reading into a real life version on screen. Chadwick Boseman, his health started to deteriorate. And I'm pretty sure if you sat down towards the last days of his life and asked him, would you trade all your fame, all your success, all this money you've acquired for perfect health? I can almost guarantee you he would have said yes. Most definitely yes. I'll be that service worker, I'll be that stock clerk, I'll work in a hospital, I'll work security, I'll do any type of job on the planet, it doesn't matter. He probably would have traded all that fame and fortune for health. The greatest blessing we can have in these forms. I love the Black Panther movies and the comics, and it was sad to see him die so young. And you know what else was heartbreaking? Was as he was getting sick, before he came out publicly and said that he was suffering from cancer, the most hateful blogs and comments and these little pictures showed up on the internet. You know, they were calling him like, oh, another Hollywood actor drugged out, another opiate head, another meth head, oh, he's on them E-tabs, running up on that stuff again. All these negative sayings. This dude was dying. His life essence was draining. His life was leaving him, and here people are on the internet making derogatory, rude comments. Check yourself. It's disgusting and it's sickening. And the people that were making these comments about him were people that were perfectly healthy and had the gift of health that they take for granted. And they're sitting here saying, oh, this rich celebrity, you know, he's destroying himself, throwing his money away. He wasn't. He was dying of cancer. So the greatest gift we can have is appreciating the fact that we have life, appreciating the health that we have in our bodies, these temporary forms, these magnificent interpreters of all the universe and everything we see. We can hear music, we can watch birds floating in the sky. We can do anything we want. And too often we take it for granted. So the best wealth you can have in this existence is your health. And I hope everybody out there is perfectly healthy. I hope you're happy. I hope you're strong. And in the beginning, I sent you some good energy. And as I leave, I want to send you a little bit more. I want to send you some good vibrations, some positive energy, and some best wishes.